Welcome back to Homesteading with the Zimmermans, where each week we give you another episode of what's happening here on our Northeast Iowa 21-acre homestead. My husband Alvin and I have been married for 25 years, and we have 7 children. 5 of those children still live at home. Our oldest 2 are married and no longer live at home, so this means we also have 2 son-in-laws and 1 grandson so far. So on our 21-acre homestead, we seek to preserve the self-sufficient lifestyle of our old order Mennonite heritage for the next generation. We involve the children in every aspect of the homestead, from raising and harvesting our own meat, gardening and preserving to fill the family's larder, or preserving the dairy from the family milk cows, plus all the many other skills that develop the character and integrity and relationships of a family that seeks to bring glory and honor to their Heavenly Father. Hello, YouTube family. In today's video, I'm going to take you along to visit our Mennonite neighbors, and they have a small dairy and sell milk products. As most of you know, we have 2 milk cows, and currently both of them are dry. And what that means is they are in a period of not giving any milk in preparation for them to have a new baby. So about 6 to 8 weeks before their due date, you stop milking them, and this gives their body a chance to build up reserves and colostrum to feed the new baby, right? So one of the reasons to have 2 milk cows is so that you don't have a dry period without milk. But you can only do that with 2 ways. So artificial insemination, which is when you artificially inseminate the cows with a bull's semen and they get pregnant, right? Well, the other way to get your cows pregnant is by what they call live cover, which means you run a bull on the pasture with them. So that's what we did late last summer, early fall. We rented a bull, ran him on this pasture with all of our cows. And of course, that means 2 of them are due within the same month. So then, of course, that also means that 2 of them are going to be dry at the same time. So it's been at least 2 weeks of being dry, maybe about 10 days of us not having milk. And of course, you know, for the first 7 days, we used milk that we had stored up. But in today's video, I'm going to take you along to visit our Mennonite neighbors, and they have a small dairy and sell milk products, and they're not licensed to sell any raw milk products. But because we're friends, she saved us some of their unpasteurized milk to get our family through until our first cow has her baby and we are back in milk. And hang around to the very end of the video because we have a surprise. All right, here we go. Going to get milk. Not the way we normally get milk, but we're gonna go bring home the milk and the cream.
Both have antlers.
So when I called my neighbor, who ironically, her name is also Ruth Ann Zimmerman, and asked her if she could save some raw milk for me. And I also asked for permission to film our trip to their farm. And she was very gracious, and she said, absolutely. And while you're here, would you take some photos for us so that we can, use them for advertising? You making bread?
Yes, started it.
Looks nice. Did you see the cheese?
Sourdough butter.
Yum.
Mom, we should just.
It's honeycomb.
Honeycomb. We should get it. Wait, what is it?
I think I know what I want. I want that strawberry gelato. Or the peach. Did you see they have peach?
Peach, yeah. I should get everything.
Gail, har twee gala van me? Next question. Is het warm met als de raam to the top komt? Dat is een schneid mixed.
Ja, es ist schön kalt.
Well, that's all right. That's all right.
Es ist somewhat not to the top.
Yeah, messen just really are raam van zijn koffie en missen.
Ja, ich habe actually your cream for coffee.
Oh.
Ich kann die weiße, was ich habe.
Okay, okay. So the Old Order Mennonites speak a German dialect called Pennsylvania Dutch, and since this is mine and Elvin's primary language as well, we often revert to communicating in Pennsylvania Dutch when we are with the Old Order Mennonites. Ik var naastgangen sig gugge, og ni har I først så der sitter frisk var vanligt net det hembin. Wann soll die case være? Kan det ens von die Kinder runterspringen, die holder, wann sie drüber hin?
Oh, ja.
Okay,
ja.
perfect. So that did me sorry so the like the Mitchell die had asked on so teenagers till the him side. Svär just wann sie drüber hätte sie zu die Shire-Gria, oder die Milker-Druck-Gria, oder etwas. But die hatten, like, some Kickbar-Gria und Sachen wie so sie hopefully can drüber hin. But
Was von breed ist es?
she is half Jersey, half Milking Shorthorn.
Okay.
Sie steht Grace as her mem, but her mem's in Glenny Jersey.
Okay.
So.
Skulle jeg skrive eller nej, det vil skrive at just at gæs, så koldt bliver.
Let's the kivo just not kan man aske to the vis since the outdrass.
Ja.
Okay. So this family has 10 children and their oldest is 15. I think they have 6 boys is what she told me. And so we decided that we were going to take a walk and get some pictures of the cows out on pasture before this dreary day got much darker.
Some of them have like ours.
Yeah. Since Coonicoons.
Ja. Ja, we want to sell that.
We could just add that.
Det med så der jeg populander vi for det vutse Paula vuse care. I had så what's a war on så great challenge so far.
Ja, det leger på det grønne og oglas så det har det drasholder, for ikke man det så halvpanel. Picked up on a baby just because babies in my eye catching, you know.
Ja. Sin her thoughts is in her ass kommer. I bedste oven tog the peach one vella. Ich denke, man gebe die Kinder das und das soll dein sein. Bacon and cheddar. Sharp cheddar. That Käse ist schön weich. Meins war so drücker.
Ja, bist du whole milk with use oder?
Ja, ich do.
Ja, okay.
Ich use whole milk so viel as ich kann. Usually, wenn ich einen Käse mache, bin ich you start the strainer and draw into the key because it's 90 degrees bar. But ich will not be my curds too long in stir bin. Sie war zu drücker, glaube ich.
Ja, ich weiß, ich weiß.
Denkst du, too warm? Like when sie depressed im Bar sind?
Nee, ich könnte schon mal ein Curd Recipe und ein Käse Recipe auch.
Ja.
Es ist nicht das zu, was es ist.
Da ist das Schlimmste von den Sprays, meine ich.
Ja.
Ja, aber man nasst
Did you win all your games now? No? Did you get beat? That's why you're here. You may take that to the car. Strawberry, but you can't open
Mom,
it
can we
yet.
get honeycomb? Can we get some honeycomb?
Let me see. How much is the honeycomb? Do you know? Next time we come, we'll get some honeycomb. We're going to need more milk. Hindi aya ni ima o. Okay, shall we get our milk? I got strawberry and peach.
Now you have to go get your milk.
Yeah, now we're going to go get our milk from the house. Oh, is it Gagaball?
Yeah. Well, right? Who did that?
So you may have noticed that we have an additional boy in the family this week, in this week's video. He's actually been here all week, and he is one of our adopted son's biological first cousin. So we're always happy when we get to spend time with him. He goes to school with the boys, and his adopted family attends the same church that we go to. So there is an existing relationship, and he fits in well with our family. So because this milk was already chilled, most of the cream is already mixed in with the milk, and it's hard to get a lot of good cream off the top, but I was able to get some milk off the top some cream off the top the next morning for our coffee, and the rest I divided up into some milk pitchers for us to use. And then of course, we have really been missing chocolate milk. So I'm going to make half a gallon of chocolate milk. I use 1/4 cup of cocoa, unsweetened cocoa, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, some vanilla, a pinch of salt, and I mix that all together with very hot water and then add it to my milk. And this is one of the ways that I keep calories in my very active sons throughout the whole summer. Well, this can only mean one thing. Since I filmed all the rest of this video, we have had a cow that's had a baby. So just like that, we are back into milk. And Elvin and I, the calf was born last night, so Elvin and I are going to the barn to milk. And the reason I need Elvin to help me is because it's a first-time heifer, so it's a first-time mom, and it's good to have two people. So as most of you may already know, Elvin grew up in a family with 13 children working on the family's dairy farm. So he has a lot more cow knowledge than I do. So it's always very helpful for him to be there when I'm dealing with a new situation. And in this case, a heifer. Meaning a first-time mom. So everything is brand new to her. So I want Elvin to help me make sure that I'm doing things the right way. And because Elvin works full-time, I need for him to teach me and not just do for me. So one of the things that they've always used in growing up on the dairy farm for first-time heifers is a kick bar. And basically what it does, it kind of pinches right in front of their back legs, and it kind of disables them from kicking. So it's a good idea to use this with the heifer because you don't want them to get into the habit of kicking when you're milking. And so when he taught me how to put this all on, and then we want to be as speedy as possible, because we want to relieve her of it, even though it doesn't hurt her. We don't want her to get impatient or for her to feel like this is a long, drawn-out process. So last night before we went to bed, we milked a little colostrum out and bottle fed the calf because the calf seemed really weak and we weren't sure that it was going to get up on its own to get colostrum, and it's important to get colostrum into them those first couple hours. So this calf was actually a twin. The other twin was born dead, or it wasn't alive when we found it. And this one seems it's either premature or then it's just weak from being a twin. So we were able to get it up, and we want to try and let it nurse on its own because we are going to try to calf share this round. But we soon decided that it would be better for us to milk some colostrum and give the calf a bottle for the sake of time and not wanting to wear Lizzie, the mom, not wanting to wear her patients out. So for being a first-time mom, I am so happy with how well Lizzie is tolerating me milking her. She's got beautiful hand milking teats, and I was able to fill half the bottle for the calf in no time at all. So this little bull calf is definitely stronger than he was last night. So hopefully as we go throughout the day and give him small, frequent feedings, he will gain strength and be up and running in no time at all. Yeah, he's much stronger than he was last night. So I'm taking Brenda, who's Lizzie's mom, so the grandma of the baby, back down to lower pasture. We brought her up to the barn overnight because we know that Lizzie's very attached to her mom, and we wanted Lizzie to be comfortable in the barn overnight. So Brenda spent the barn next to her daughter and granddaughter. Brenda spent the night next to her daughter and granddaughter overnight. And now she'll go back to lower pasture, and Lizzie has settled in with her baby. So Brenda's kind of the mom of the herd. So all the other cows were upset that Brenda wasn't down here overnight. Hang on, Brenda. Come on. I know you're anxious to go down to the grass again, aren't you? She wants to get some of that grass while it's fresh and tender in the morning. It's their favorite time to graze. So Moose is not where he belongs because he missed Brenda overnight.